Gage from crushbackpain.com. In this video, we're going to cover 5 of the top leg exercises for sciatica. So these are exercises that you're going to want to focus on after that acute phase. So at this point, you can walk around, you can kind of function throughout the day. You're not, debilitated by sciatica pain. That's important to remember. You're not, if you have super acute pain and you're just limping around and can barely move, don't start these exercises yet. Get the pain centralized first with pain relieving exercises, and then go work on these leg exercises. The most important thing with strengthening the legs or doing leg exercises when you have sciatica or have had sciatica is focusing on exercises that maintain the lower back in a neutral position. The reason this is important is because when the lower back flexes or rounds out, the disc is compressed. That's essentially what causes a disc to herniate, and the herniated disc is what typically causes sciatica symptoms. So if you're choosing leg exercises that round your back out and make your back flex repetitively, especially under load, you're literally going to make your sciatica symptoms worse. So these exercises are good exercises for sciatica because they are easily completed while maintaining the lumbar spine in a neutral position. So that's why these are the 5 exercises we're going to go over today. The first one is an alternating forward lunge or walking lunge. So lunges work the entire lower extremities, obviously. Glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, everything. That's why they're so great. For sciatica, they're great because it's easy to maintain the back in a neutral position. So you're literally just lunging. Everybody knows what a lunge is. So super easy. Now, the key is when you're lunging, you're not rounding out and coming down like this. So keep that trunk up and you're just going back and forth. You can do these walking, alternating. You can load them with dumbbells, kettlebells, even a barbell on your back, as long as that lumbar spine is neutral, meaning not flexing, not rounding out. Alternating reverse lunge is the next one. Just a lunge variation, same deal, a little different look. This can be easier on the knees for some people, but again, great lower extremity strengthening exercise, but you're going to be able to maintain that lower back in a neutral position, not let it repetitively flex under load. Same with the front lunges, forward lunges. You can load that however you see fit. You can also just work on body weight. Oftentimes with my people that I'm working with, when we start lunge variations, we start with body weight first. Even if they're super strong, CrossFitters, powerlifters, whatever, they're coming back from a bout of sciatica, maybe still have some symptoms, we'll start with body weight, and then we'll progress to loading the lunge. The next one is a slide squat. That's what I'm calling this. You'll see this called different things. But you get in a good wide stance. Your feet are going to be wider than shoulder width, and then you kind of squat to the side, and then come back and squat to the side. This is going to be a really good exercise to mobilize the hips. You're going to get a good adductor stretch. It does work your quads and your glutes. Again, the key is keeping that lower back neutral, which is easy to do with this movement. You don't want to be here in a lumbar flex position and going back and forth. So again, lumbar spine neutral, chest up, and you're just going back and forth like this. Some people call this a Cossack squat, and whatever you call it. And you don't have to bring the foot up and get on the heel like that. If that's difficult for you, you can keep the foot planted and you just slide back and forth. Now this can be loaded too. I mean, you can hold a kettlebell like this or a dumbbell and go back and forth. So that can be progressed with load as well. Rear foot elevated split squat. This is an excellent exercise for a lot of different reasons. It's a good single leg variation, has a lot of carryover to different functional activities, sporting activities. Just like these other movements, it's easy to maintain that lumbar spine in a neutral position. As far as how high your foot's elevated, honestly, personal preference, but you get your foot back on a chair, a bed, a couch, if you have a weight rack, a bar, whatever, and then you're just coming down and up. And so then the question is often like, okay, does my knee need to touch? It doesn't have to, and a lot of it depends on how high this is. So like, if I lower this table, then my knees, it's going to touch easier. But you just want a good, Yeah, just like that. And all the weight is through the front leg, and that back leg is just helping you balance. So that's a really good leg exercise. If you have sciatica, obviously you work both sides. That can be loaded, just like all these others. And then the last one we're going to talk about is a step up. So I like step ups for the same reason we have all these exercises on here. You're not going to get lumbar flexion. You can load it, and it's a great leg exercise. We all know what a step up is. Super simple, just coming up, and you can do those one side at a time. You can alternate them. One thing to keep in mind, I'm showing you with a knee drive on the other side. If you're getting that hip flexed up too much and it's causing some lumbar flexion, that could irritate the back, the sciatic symptoms. So you might just start without a knee drive, where you're literally just going back and forth. And then as it improves, you can get that knee drive on the opposite side that you're stepping up on. But that really just depends on your symptoms. So those are 5 of the top exercises for the legs to do if you have sciatica. Those exercises are well tolerated by most people, and they're effective at building leg strength, leg endurance, and they're really good movements to start with once you're past that acute phase. So try those out and let me know what you think. If this video helps you, if you like it, leave me a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, leave them below.